All right, Brooks, Hurricane Michael now a Category 2 storm. So what do we know so far? I know it's been strengthening as the morning has gone on.
It has, and we still expect it to make Category 3 major hurricane status later today, even early tomorrow morning, and then making landfall as a major hurricane along the panhandle of Florida. So models have been in agreement of where this storm is heading. Now, we do have a big area of high pressure and control. Again, that's going to steer that away from us here in southwest Florida, but also steer it closer to making landfall along the panhandle of Florida later tomorrow. So we're going to be watching out for that. But as of the 11 a.m. advisory, Michael, a Category 2 hurricane moving north at 12 miles per hour, winds sustained at 110 miles per hour. And we have the pressure at 965 millibars. Still anticipated to work its way in the Gulf there. So no obstacles in the way of land, but it will make landfall, as you saw, as a Category 3 hurricane coming close by Wednesday afternoon, close to lunchtime. And then it will move on to land as a rainmaker. Tropical storm force winds likely by Thursday morning still for the Atlanta, Georgia area going into the Carolinas, and then as a rainmaker out into the Delmarva Peninsula back out to sea. So again, we're going to be watching the storm as we could still see some effects here for us here in southwest Florida. So this is what we're looking at. Some winds. We're going to see some winds gusting up to 35 miles per hour near the coastal areas. As for the inland communities, it's going to feel nice with that breeze with winds up to 30 miles per hour with gusting there. And as for rainfall, I'm not going to expect to see much in the way from that. We could see isolated neighborhoods around 2 inches at most, but we are expected to see a little bit more of the effects for tomorrow. So today we have some sunshine out there, we have the clouds, a little bit of a breeze kicking in, but we do expect to see possibly even a little bit of storm surge, if any, less than 2 feet or less. So again, that will be around high tide for your Wednesday, and that comes in the afternoon. So again, potential surge about a foot, so very, very slim. But as you take a look towards Collier County, could see anywhere up to 3 feet near Everglades City, near Marco Island. Again, we're going to be on the lookout for that for tomorrow. But again, we don't expect to see what they're going to see nearly as much over there along the panhandle of Florida. So anywhere over 9 to 12 feet is expected from Apalachicola all the way into Panama City Beach, Destin Beach. So beaches are going to be very affected by this storm as it works its way onto land later tomorrow. So we do have that hurricane warning in effect. That means conditions will start to be felt along this area. And that includes, again, major cities of Tallahassee, even Gainesville, inland areas are under that tropical storm watch, and even going south as far south as Sarasota County. So we are going to be on the lookout to see some of the winds for tomorrow. Even a little bit more rainfall is anticipated. As for the model plots, though, still in agreement that it will be making landfall on the panhandle of Florida, again, between Destin, Pensacola, Panama City. Those are the areas affected by the storm by tomorrow. And even Tallahassee will feel the effects of this. So tornadoes are very likely, again, on the eastern quadrant of the hurricanes normally with this pattern. So this is what we're looking at. We do have the clouds associated with Michael over us here in southwest Florida. That's going to cap temperatures into the 80s for the highs only. But notice the eye of the storm, that's about 300 miles away from us here in Lee County. Notice the rain, even some storm activity on the outer bands associated with this. But notice, as we take a look on our live Doppler radar on land, it is dry across southwest Florida. Again, tomorrow, that's when we're going to expect to see a little bit more moisture entering across the area. There's another look at Michael, a very healthy eye there. Again, notice the cloud tops there as it continues in that northerly direction. So again, we are going to be watching out for this as it does expect to see a little bit more rain for your Wednesday. And then it will be making landfall again south of the coastal areas along the panhandle of Florida, rather, as of tomorrow afternoon. So again, this will be a major hurricane causing a lot of damage and a lot of impact along that part of Florida. So we are going to be tracking that. But as for us, again, we still have a little bit more activity going on in the tropics. So we do have Nadine, a tropical storm as of this morning. Again, tracks have this weakening into a depression as it continues in that westerly path there. So again, we're still going to be on the lookout for that as we do have a month and a few weeks left of this hurricane season. So this is what we can expect for today. A chance of a few isolated showers popping up. And then here's a look at tomorrow, where we do have a better chance to see a little bit more scattered rain across the area. So you're going to want to keep that in mind. We're going to have the rain on top of the winds, and that's what we're expecting for your day on your Wednesday. So we do have better conditions in the forecast, especially as we go over your weekend. Plenty of sunshine is expected, and temperatures back into the 80s and 90s for the rest of that work week.